I cannot type. I hate to play chess with the alphabet. Let me see it quickly. Can you see your baby face 2 years later? It goes both way. I was reading just and the consciousness tell me something. That's why I'm gonna put it on a video. You have a 2 years old baby now, but you don't know how your baby face will be 2 years later. Because it goes for everybody. You have a 2 years old, you don't know how your baby face will be when they're 4 years. And you don't know the one who's gonna have the baby 2 years later, they don't even know how their baby face gonna look 2 years later. So the forward and the backwards, what is missing? If the 2 years old now gonna become 4, but the 4 years old that is there now have another face. So what happened? Are you with me, people? There's a 2 years of age, 1,000 of them, but 2 years later, they're all gonna become 4 years old. If you don't see them on top of the 4 years old, but the 4 years old now, they have another face. Doesn't it where we can expose the energy? Imagine that the 4 years old right now, there is no new baby behind. When they become 6 years old, the 4 years of age energy gonna be butt naked. When there is no new baby after. But for as long as there is a new baby that is 2 years old, if there is no baby in between to become 3 years, then energy that is 3 years old is invisible. Understand, all the faces, it is new. You don't know how you look like 60 years later. If you are 30 years old, you don't know what your face look like when you're 60. Can you predict your face 30 years later? No. Is there not somebody who is 60 years old? If your face is not on top of the 60 years old, 30 years later, the one who is 60, their face is gonna become 90. So what's the difference when the 60 become 90 and the 30 become 60? Can we predict the faces? Does the faces stay the same? Or the faces that we have as a little child that is switching and switching and switching, only coming on top of the energy? The 1-year-old baby right now, they have another face. When they become 3 years, they have another face. The face is changing. It looks the same, but it's changing. If the baby that is 2 years old, you cannot picture them being 10 years old. If you cannot see your baby face when they're 2 years, you don't see how they look like when they're 10. What is the tricky part when we fall asleep in the night? What happened? If the new baby face is still buried inside of the stomach of the woman. I mean, come on people. Before they say there's 1 month pregnancy, if the baby 5 years later is still buried inside the stomach of the woman. But we see many faces, many faces, many faces. If the baby is not dead inside of the woman's stomach, for 5 years, the baby is in the stomach. The baby is not dead. Why when the woman gets the baby 5 years later out of her, the baby is dead? There are a lot of graveyard next to me. More than 80 little babies are dead. When I take a walk, I see the graveyard, the stones. If the women keep the body inside of them, they can take a walk. They get the same sperm from the guy, they taking the pill. If even when the pill is coming in there, the body of the babies is not dead. And when they stop the pill, they can get the baby out. What's coming out of the woman's stomach? How can it be dead? When they stay in the stomach, they're not dead. So I think we all sometimes, we just think day to day and the appointment and this TV program. We carry on with TV shows, but we carry on with other things and stuff. But this is planted. It's a ticking time bomb planted there the last 300 years. It is entertaining. It is good. It keeps us from not thinking so far. But if you stand in front of the mirror, you cannot see yourself when you're 90 years of age. I mean, come on, people. Someone is 90 years old, right? If you're 50 years old, you're going to be 90. When you become 90, the one who is 90 years old going to be 130. You damn well know they're not going to be there. So if 40 years later, when you're 90, there are 40 times pregnancy coming later, who's going to be 40 years old later when they're still in the body of the people? Take care, people. Sometimes try to think beyond the bank account, because honestly, you can never eat 1,000 for the day. When you eat it, your stomach is full, and then you cannot dress how you want. You get depressive and stuff. So why do people wish for the money when they cannot eat what they want? I mean, the money is about living good. But the minute you try to eat the finest food, you put on weight, you cannot dress, you're not comfortable to take a walk. The things we can buy, a diamond or car or houses, is not for inside our body. It's just outside. If we can never put it inside of us, why do we want to try so hard? Honestly. But try to picture yourself when you stand in the mirror. Forget how you look now. Picture yourself. How will you look 50 years later? And why can't you see you on top of the 50 years of age? Are you going to be 50? Or are you just going to stand on top of the 50? Because when you know you're inside one house for 50 years, if you understand that you never go anywhere, you sleep every day, you wake up. Every day is today. Yesterday is yesterday. Tomorrow is tomorrow. If you only can piece the puzzle, if you don't know how your baby will look, you have them now in your arm. They're so tiny. You can picture them being 7 years of age. But there is a 7 years of age right now with a face. If the 7 years of age face will not be there 7 years of age later, they will be 14 years. What's up when your baby come later? If we cannot keep those faces in the same place, how can we compare it? We cannot compare it because we have so much things to do to not piece the puzzle together. But if people have different face when they make love, you can never catch the tricky part about it. Sometimes I like to picture myself, how will I look like when I become 80 years old? I mean, I like to see how I look like. The saddest part is, I am not becoming 80. I just gonna dress the one that is 80 years old. They're gonna have my face. I'm gonna wish that I have a nice 80 years of age. Or if I have a 80 years of age that is crazy, and that energy is sitting inside of me, I'm gonna be fucking crazy. But you see my face when I get there. But you never look for the one that was crazy 80 years of age. They exist. Wait until I get there and they become me. But you can't see them anymore. You get like the one who was 80, they're already over 100. Now they have a very nice energy. And now I'm going to deal with that 80 years of age. Sometimes if we can only give the benefit of the doubt to our people, because when they sleep, the criminals, the killers, sometimes the government need to go in the room and watch them when they're sleeping. How innocent they look. And when they wake up, who is making them do what they do? When people say, I'm sorry for what I did, we never forgive them. Because we just see they have to be responsible for what they do. Well, if you sleep in the night, you never asked to be driven by the boss man who drive you. If you're not in charge of you, when the driver come in, the driver know where the driver gonna drive you. Your body have no control. You have only a CD to download what's gonna happen. You stuck with the memory, but the driver don't stay with you. The driver move on. The driver have many taxi to drive. And now you have the bad memory stuck with you. And you don't even notice that you already changed your driver. The other driver is coming and leave another whole shit. You're still playing back from the old driver that already left. And by the time you notice you have a new driver, it's already too late. Try to keep note every 9 months. If you are in love with somebody today I saw a magazine, a lot of people break up. Of course they break up. The ones they fall in love with already left. The two energy that love each other in the body, they left behind. If you're 18 years of age, you love your boyfriend, he's also 18. If you become 20, it's not the same energy. Your body is the same, but you have two different energy. The 19 years of age come inside your body, and 19 years of age come inside him. The 20 years of age come inside of you. The other 20 years of age come inside of him. If you understand, when you like your boyfriend, you don't like all the others. It's the same way. When they fix you an energy they know you don't like, you're gonna break up. Your body receives the energy. But if they don't give you an energy that is matched to you, then you're gonna break up. But you're thinking you watch their face. No. If they were 18, they fall in love with you. The one who is 18 is still there. They're going to the prom. They always stay 18. They're still in love. But your body move on. The 18 years of age, they get a new face. 17 become 18. And then they fall in love in the body, and the body move on to the 19, to the 20. But the 18 years are always still in love. But you have the memory, oh, you used to be so nice. No, people, honestly. If you live together with somebody 20 years later, if you still get along, well, the system wants you to be happy. That's why they give you energy and energy that get along with you. But the day they decide to switch and give you an energy that give you another attitude, then you break up. You live in the same house, but you don't talk to each other like the same because you're not the same. Your body is the same. That's why when you fall asleep in the night, you don't even know they're there. They don't even know you're there. All the human beings are just victim to the energy field. And they playing mind game with us how they want. If you only understand they control your pregnancy, if you only understand it, just because you grow up, it makes you forget you fall asleep every night. If you only take it one day at a time, think about the night time. Try to live in the daytime. The day you're dead, you just fall asleep. Your loved one can cry and cry. You're just a little baby. You know nothing, just like before. Okay, I'm going offline right now before I keep talking. Take care, people. Well, this is inside my mind, what I'm thinking.